Peace and love, y'all. It's your girl, Divine Priestess, tapping back in with y'all with more messages from Spirit. Just a little tarot wisdom with Divine Priestess. And you know we already got to set the energy, set the vibes. All right, so we're going to call into the Most High, the creator of all, God, Spirit, universe, angels, ancestors, spirit guides of divine light. I call in your unconditional love, divine guidance, and spiritual protection over this space and over this reading. Allow me to be a vessel to channel your divine wisdom and guidance and call on your protection against any low vibrational being, demon, entity, evil eye, black magic, spell work, hexes, hoodoo, voodoo, curses, and so mote it be. I say, peace and love, y'all. What's going on? What's up, No Size 77? What's up, Latasha Devon? What's up, Alicia Golden? Welcome to the live, y'all. You already know what time it is. It's big high vibrational energy over here, okay? And we're gonna get right into it, okay? Because I wanted to touch on a few things, especially like right now, y'all, it's definitely what a time to be alive at this point in time on Earth, okay? There's a lot of amazing things happening, y'all. We're going to have 2 moons in the month of, this month? We're going to have 2 moons, and I'm like, what does that mean for us, okay? We know how much the moon affects our energy, okay? It affects the tides. It affects the water within our body, okay? It affects our how we feel regularly and things like that. So it's like there's just so many just super dope things that are going on right now that are also things we don't necessarily know the effects, okay, of these things, all right, and how they're going to affect us. But it's like there's a level of awareness that I'm wanting to bring about these things, because when we do start noticing that our energy is, hey, Relove 129, welcome to the live, baby. Yes, like when we don't necessarily know how these things are going to affect us, right? We have to start being a little bit more conscious, aware and how we're moving, because knowing that we might have another moon may really affect us on a level energetically and emotionally that we're not ready for, right? So if we start feeling like more overwhelmed energetically, we start feeling like, oh my gosh, like, you know, you have all of this chaos or turmoil, or not even chaos or turmoil, but tower moments, okay? And tower moments don't always have to be a bad thing. Tower moments can just shift the trajectory of what you've got going on, but in a good way, okay? It may just, you know when you have just all of a sudden shifts where you just like, how the fuck did I get here, right? But it's a beautiful thing. It's God moving you and putting you in a space, right, that it, because of divine timing, plays a role sometimes, okay? So he'll come in and just uproot you, move you somewhere, and you don't even how did I get here? You see what I'm saying? So that's what I wanted to touch bases on a few things, right? We want to talk about Christ consciousness. That's another thing that I wanted to touch bases on, because I'm really wanting people to break out of this compartmentalized way of thinking about the Most High, thinking about our powers that we possess that allows us to access the gifts, that allows us to understand the Most High's language and how he communicates with us, so we can move and act on the things that he has in alignment for us when it comes to our path, okay? And, one thing that I've always noticed, right, when we talk about spirituality, or if we're talking about God, if we're talking about the Most High, right, there's these perceptions that are conflicting amongst each other depending on what religion you come from, right, depending on what side of the world you come from. You see what I'm saying? So it's like there's all of these little things that have us confused, right? And it's like when it comes to God, we want to make sure that we are applying ourselves to God and the Most High in the right way. So I understand people's sometimes it's the fear, right, of fear of not wanting to disrespect God, the fear of well, this is how I've been taught this whole time. So if I step outside of this, I'm turning my back away from God, when that's not the case, right? God, there's multiple streams of access to the Most High, right? We don't only have to go through the church. We don't only have to go through the religious leaders and things like that, because that's a lot of times how they use that to manipulate your truth or your understanding when it comes to spirituality and religion. I went to the studio for the first time last Saturday, OMG, and been going consistently. I can't believe I built up the courage and confidence. I'm so proud of you, girl. Yes, keep it up, mama. I am so happy for you. Girl, I already know you are over there making super dope music, so I cannot wait to hear what you've been working on, girl. I cannot wait. I'm so happy for you, sweetheart. But yes, y'all, so like when it comes to the Christ consciousness aspect, right, this is like Christ consciousness is what we've been talking about when we talk about our, like Relove 129. Her confidence is on 1,000, right? And she's been believing in herself. She's been using this energy to push her to do things that she was not necessarily confident in doing prior, okay? This is a level of energy and vibration that comes from Christ consciousness, okay? And what Christ consciousness is the awareness of our connection to the Most High and the fact that we are keeping ourselves on a high vibration, okay? They have a chart out right now that shows all of these different emotions, right? And how they are playing in different frequencies, okay? And then when you work up the frequency, right? When you align the frequency with the chakra, right? And they talk about this Kundalini rising, where we are raising our vibrations and unblocking our chakras, and we're opening up our veils to allow us to be more connected to the Most High, okay? Christ consciousness, okay? Let's talk about it, okay? Because a lot of religious people, it's all about Jesus, right? It's all about Jesus and the biblical form of God, right? And so the biblical form of God. Hey, I am George Sowell. Welcome so much. Welcome back to the live, love. Good to see you here. Hey, Remind Your Soul. Thank you so much for joining the live, love. Thank you guys so much for joining again, okay? Now, when we talk about Jesus, right, it's always from this biblical religious standpoint, okay? And a lot of people have compartmentalized, put themselves in this little box, okay? And it's like they feel like they cannot praise the Most High if it ain't in Jesus' name. And I respect people's perception of how they want to connect to the Most High, okay? So I'm not knocking that. Hey, Cold Money 7, welcome to the live, love. So yeah, like I'm not knocking people's way that they communicate or whatever. All I want to do is to remove some of these blockages that we have on our perception that keep us in this box, that does not allow us to really give God all of his praise, because we're limited in our thinking and our perception. We've been conditioned and programmed to go through these mediums to get to the Most High, because there is a force that wants to utilize our ignorance of how we connect to God to keep us in the darkness, okay? To allow those demons to keep attaching to us and to guide us and steer us away from God. You see what I'm saying? So the reality is when we talk about Jesus, okay, I love, like, Jesus is my brother, okay? Jesus, like, for me, and this is my perception, and I'm not knocking anybody else's way of looking at it, but this is just my perception of how I look at Jesus, okay? Because I look at Jesus as my brother. I look at Jesus as he was an example to show that we, just like he is the child of God, right? He's the son of God. So are we. We are the children of the Most High, okay? And we come into this realm to experience specific things, okay? When we come into this realm, right, there's this force field around us on a spiritual level that does not allow us to see completely and fully until we walk through these different paths and walk through these different portals as we follow this journey in this path that God is leading us to him, okay? So it's like when we're following our intuition and we're following those intuitive nudges that God is leading us here, God is leading us there, okay? We are communicating with God. We're making sure that we are communicating what our desires to the Most High, ensuring that they are in alignment, okay? We've created this dialogue between the Most High by coming into this realm, right, and taking the middleman out of our connection to the Most High, right? And how we do that, right? Because the Bible, it's sad to say, right, but the Bible has been infiltrated, right? We've taken some ancient scripts, right, and they've been just like what's the word? Infiltrated. Yeah, they came in and they corrupted the message. Hey, Steve-O813, welcome to the live, love. And but yeah, it's like, you know, God, it got to the point where people got lost in their way in regards to how they want to praise the Most High, because we allowed the Bible to teach us that Jesus is the only way to God, when the Bible has been infiltrated by Satan. The Bible has been infiltrated by low vibrational forces that have taken the image of God to place it in, just like they took this image, right, when they know what Jesus really looked like, but they altered that description so we could praise something, another energy, another force, another entity, okay? He's Jesus, just our brother, and he shows us he's hearts with us through this journey. OMG, I love this. I just woke up from a nap, literally, and you love right on time. Yes, sis, right. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the part that I really want to break away, this blockage that we have where we can't even properly communicate to the Most High because of this medium that they put there, right? Because they want there to be a middleman, because they don't want you to have your own. They don't want us to have the power that God has given us through him, right? So it's like, because of that, because we have the Bible, right? When we was born into this realm, the Bible was introduced to us, right, to give us an understanding of this higher power, and this, and that's why I'm talking about predictive programming, y'all, because predictive programming goes way back, okay? It goes back into ancient times, okay? When they altered the Bible and decided that they wanted to create the story in their image, in the image of man, right? Because God is a higher power. He's a force way stronger than man, right? But because we are in this world of, you know, this is Satan's realm, right? When we come here, it's like, that's why there's that confusion of they want to create that confusion, so that way we don't know that we can have this direct connection, right? That's why they want us to believe that if you have spiritual gifts, you're demonic, if you are this and that, when really the lack of pursuing your spiritual gifts, the lack of wanting to connect to the Most High and have that direct connection, that is the real Satan worship. Because the thing about it is, it leaves us susceptible to these low vibrational entities, because we don't have any wisdom or true knowledge of the connection of God, because we are more like fear. It's like they want us to fear God, right? But God is love, and fear is what the devil thrives in, is when we are fearful of our power, when we're fearful of what God is giving us intuitively to push us, to give us the fuel that we need to keep pushing, right? The devil loves for us to be ignorant and not have an awareness of what the Most High is, okay? Hey, Kim C, thank you for joining the live, love. And let me go back and read what this says. Every time I get on here, autocorrect messes me up. Girl, yes, I swear it's them weak ass iPhones, girl. I think the Egypt gods are just as significant. Right, because here's the thing, right? All of these things play a role in our creation, okay? It's like the understanding that they've given us about God, it's very compartmentalized, y'all. And that's what I'm talking about. We got to decompartmentalize and connect everything again, right? We need this unity of wisdom and information and divine knowledge and Akashic records, and we need to start putting these puzzle pieces together to connect the dots, because we've been worshiping something else. And I'm sorry, but it's not God, okay? Now, the story, Jesus, right? Because here's the thing, this is what happens, right? The idea of Jesus right, is beautiful. Like the story of Jesus, what Jesus' story was supposed to empower and inspire us, right? Because Jesus was he was the Son of God, right? He came onto this earth realm and he was hated. He was discriminated because he was different, because he claimed to be of God, but it's like he was not following the religious way that people thought of him, right? He wasn't looking at it from the biblical way. And so they looked at him like, well, you can't be God's son because you aren't, this ain't how you not moving like, the Bible, right? You see what I'm saying? So like Jesus, this is what I felt like we were supposed to learn from this story of Jesus. Hey, Big Monster SNF, thank you so much for joining the live, love. But yeah, what we were supposed to get from this was like, what we took from it was like, oh, we can just sin because Jesus died for our sins. No, hello. It's like, why are we wanting to strive for less when we can strive to be just like Jesus or be better than Jesus? But like, Jesus basically was an example of how we're supposed to live in this world. Hey, Nikki Neptune, welcome to the live, love. So yeah, like Jesus is like this place where we were supposed to have this understanding of the connection, right, with the Most High, okay? And so we're supposed to be in this place where we're supposed to walk like how Jesus walked, right? Jesus was an example to show that he did not discriminate, okay? He was compassionate to others, and he knew that a lot of these people just suffered from ignorance, okay? Uncertainty, being programmed, not knowing what God really is, right? And so he came into this realm knowing that it was all a part of God's plan. So when he was walking with his enemies to be crucified, and they're walking and he's just walking with no fear, not having any hate against anyone, just walking in his purpose because he knew what God had for him, okay? And then once he moved, and he, even though without the fear of death, because he knew he was going to go right back to the Most High, he was going right to the source. So it's like, he didn't fear death, okay? Because energy never dies. It only changes form. You see what I'm saying? So it's like the reality was, what was there to fear when you're going to the Most High, when you leave here? You see what I'm saying? He was here to reflect the actions. He was here to reflect how we should exist in this realm of community, unity, bringing people together, sharing love, okay? Having compassion for one another. Okay, not placing judgment on others, because he understood that there was a lot of people that lived that were just based on their circumstances. Okay, if they're poor, they prostitute in there, whatever it is that they're doing, the environment bred that to them without them having the knowledge of the Most High. Okay, so this is what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be empowering each other, uplifting each other. And when we have a different form of opinion and perception, we don't have to place judgment. We don't have to point the finger at each other and say, no, you wrong, I'm right, you wrong. Da, da, da. It's like we're supposed to all come together to find this medium of where we can share this compassion and love. And because God is love, God is not fear. I don't believe, right, that fear is going to guide us anywhere positive, okay? Because that means we're not embodying the power of God, which God is a fearless being. God is somebody who has so much power, and it's like we are in the images of God, right? So it's like, why aren't we able to empower ourselves enough to say, like, Jesus, I'm Jesus, right? And so you're Jesus. We're all Jesus in an aspect of how we're supposed to reflect our energy and our image out into the world. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, not like the thing that we weren't supposed to learn from Jesus was like, oh shit, we good then. We can just sin. We can just kick back and, because that's what the devil wants for us. He wants us to be comfortable with just being like, well, Jesus died on the cross for us, so we can do this. So fuck it. I repent later. You know what I'm saying? I ask God for forgiveness when I know, like, I probably got a couple more years left for life. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just, I'm gonna just go all the way in and just sow my wild oats and all of these different things. You see what I'm saying? Shiva is interesting too. Jesus taught us to be leaders, not followers. Big facts. You see what I'm saying? And that's what happens a lot too, is when you're not a leader, when you don't follow the intuitive guidance that you get, and you just want to be a follower, you just want to do whatever is the status quo or whatever is going to allow you to be accepted by other people. Okay, that goes to show that it's not serving anyone for you to go be a follower and to not speak your truth, okay, when it comes to your purpose, okay, when it comes to what the Most High has for you. You see what I'm saying? So, and it's also, I wanted to talk about Jesus, right? Yahweh and Yeshua. Hey, Kamiko, LaShawn, welcome to the live, love. I wanted to speak on that because, words are powerful, right? They talk about our words being spells, and the words that we use, and we talk about, I think it's called etymology, where you break down these words, and when you break the words down, they actually show the true meaning and things like that, right? So, we'll use a word, and whatever our intention, right, or perception of that word is, right, that is what we're thinking of it, okay? So, the name Jesus, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with it, because we've attached a certain concept to it that is an energetic vibration to it, okay? But when we talk about the ancient history of something, and they introduce this image and this visual, that's an energy, that's a spirit. And so what we are looking at when we have this picture of white Jesus on the wall and things like that, you know what I'm saying? That is not the essence of what we're supposed to be giving praise to, because it was that image was created out of lies, was created out of propaganda, was created out of whatever agendas they were trying to push during those times, okay? So when they talk about the description of Jesus and who he and what he looked like, who he was, and all of these different things, we got to stop allowing ourselves to be gaslit, even if it's from the Bible, even if it's from, it doesn't matter, in a standpoint of, we need to understand truth, right? Truth is going to lead us to God. You see what I'm saying? But if we sit around and we allow lies to continue to be perpetuated just because we don't know, right? But not care enough to be intuitive enough to guide you to the truth. You see what I'm saying? It's like, we can't just sit here and agree to be manipulated by the lower forces, okay? Because we see right now, we are in a time. Hey, Lay Show 13, welcome to the live, love. Hey, Bryce Grimes, welcome to the live, love. So yeah, it's like we can't come into this place now where we're seeing all of these major changes, these shifts. Like I talked about, this second moon that's coming into the realm. We've had all these fucking eclipses. We've had all these major weather shifts, and things are happening across the world where people, we got to fucking snap out of it. Don't we see that this, there's some shifts, paradigm shifting happening right now, okay? And we have to get into this space where we can't just keep acting like everything's still the same, everything's still normal, okay? Because there's a lot of things being perpetuated onto us, not even energetically, but biometrically, okay? There's nanoparticles and all kind of shit in the atmosphere that are also affecting us. Not just our fucking, not just the things that we eat and stuff like that, but just things being dropped out into the atmosphere that are affecting us. These fucking 5G towers, they're putting fucking vaccines in the fucking lettuce and all this fucking bullshit. We gotta start being more vigilant and start being in a space where we're like, everything around us, it seems like it's an attack. It's like a war. It is spiritual warfare for real. I miss you too, baby. Hey, Drewski Cuts PR, welcome to the live, love. But yeah, it's like all of these things are happening around us, and we're sitting here just acting like it's fucking normal, because this is I think this is just a mechanism so we'll feel safe, feel protected, to just act like it doesn't exist or whatnot. But the reality is that it does exist. And the longer that we keep ignoring it, one day it's just going to, it just slapped you in the back of your motherfucking head because you just not, yeah, biometrically, Bryce. Big facts. Hey, just CJ, welcome to the live, love. Like how convenient. Exactly. How convenient, right? Exactly. So it's like, this is why I go so hard about this parasitical shit, right? Because parasites is like, if you think about bio or nano, let's say nanotechnology, right? This is just parasites on a scientific, like, technological level. They've created parasites, microscopic parasitic technology that can fucking alter our DNA and shit. You see what I'm saying? It's like, these are all things that are happening. They've been doing it through the food, but like, shit evolves. So it's like, once they find the way to alter your genetics, you think they're going to stop there? No. Now they're going to the next big thing. All of these fucking things. Hey, no fucking soul. Well, if you ain't got a soul, you need to get off my motherfucking live. No, I'm just playing. But hey, I mean, maybe I'm not. No fucking soul, no fucking heart. Well, you got to go from here now. Let me block your ass then. Who is this? Who the fuck is this? Remove. Don't come on here with no raggedy ass names like that on my motherfucking line. I should stop eating McDonald's every day. Yeah. You fucking should, okay? Because McDonald's, anyway, everybody know about McDonald's, okay? So I don't even have to go on a McDonald's, but like, yes, let's take this shit more seriously. You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, damn, I didn't want to change my filter. Because at the end of the day, my bad, y'all. Let me fix my shit real quick. Where the fuck is it at? No fucking soul, no fucking heart. Get your ass off my motherfucking live then. I don't do no soul, no heart motherfuckers around here. I'm sorry. Oh, that just pissed me off. Oh, well. So, anyway. Hey, you are what you eat. Welcome to the live, love. So, anyway, that threw me off, y'all, when that person got on the live with that name. But, what was I even talking about? That really threw me. Oh, McDonald's. Yeah, Bryce, because, like, when it comes to us, when I talk about the parasites and stuff like that, I was just watching something the other day that was showing how, like, they are starting to break down, like, what they're doing is liquefying bodies. So they have this scientific way that they liquefy a body, right? They'll liquefy your body. And then your bones are grinded up and turned into calcium phosphate. Okay. So basically they're feeding, like what they're doing, they're liquefying dead bodies and feeding them into the water supply. Okay. So we're bathing in dead people. We're eating, shit. If we go to McDonald's or you eat at these certain places that are using certain, when you read the fine print on the back of the shit that we don't know what the fuck the shit, can barely pronounce what the fuck it say, like calcium, calcium, whatever I just said, because it now just went out of my head. The name of that, all that is grinded human bones, okay? But they named it calcium carbonate or calcium, whatever the fuck. I don't remember the name of it, y'all. Hey, Trigger Obama, welcome to the live, love. Y'all want to stay away from McDonald's, but it's like, that ain't nothing new under the sun. If y'all still talk about McDonald's, baby, I don't know. I'm sorry. Like, y'all should have been done eating McDonald's. Like, they had a whole Netflix fucking special about McDonald's. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, how much information do we really need for us to realize that, you know what I'm saying? This shit is killing us. You see what I'm saying? But it's like, that's what I'm saying. To me, it's like, that's why we have to look at it like, this is all spiritual, right? And then when we look at it like that, we'll start connecting these dots and making it make sense. But like I said, parasitically, whether it's the nanotechnology, the nanobots that they're putting out in, it's like parasites, cleansing, all of those things we're gonna have to start doing it regularly, because now they are like, everything is heavy metals, everything. And what they're doing is they're creating something that's going to be able to affect our DNA. And it's also because if you have metals in your body, right, and just like you can't put a fork in the microwave, right, if they create a super radiated environment, right, it's going to heat you up from the inside, and it's going to fuck you up. So what this is doing is, it's like their population control, right? They are using all these different means to is to have this population control, right? So there's all these different means that they're using, whether it's geoengineering, because you've seen this devastating hurricane that just fucked up North Carolina and Tennessee, and it's like they are way inland, okay? But they're also showing these things in the atmosphere that they're pulsing, where they can affect and direct the way that these hurricanes can go. So it's like, the thing about it is they have all this control to be able to use means of technology beyond our understanding to control shit, so it doesn't look like they're fucking killing us off. You see what I'm saying? But they are. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, that's why we got to get connected to the Most High, because it's like, God, if you don't have some type of navigational system, divine navigational system within, to tell you when it's time for you to move, because shit ain't safe no more, because shit is, you know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody was in Tennessee, or, they probably wasn't thinking that shit was going to be as devastating. There's a whole fucking town right now that people are stuck. Just like that movie when they was all stuck in that little area. They couldn't get out. You know what I'm saying? And it's like people just kind of left them to have to figure it the fuck out on their own. You see what I'm saying? And that's what's happening in Tennessee. Now, what's happening in Tennessee, what's happening in fucking North Carolina can happen right here where I'm at. Can happen right there where you are. Can happen any motherfucking where. You see what I'm saying? And the problem is, too, is that because we're so divided, if we was all in this unity, love type shit, these people in this little confined place where they're trapped or fucked up right now, hopefully they're coming together and working in unity to help each other to get out of that situation. You see what I'm saying? But here's the thing, they got us all divided and hating each other and you know what I'm saying? So like, when we have to pick up the fucking pieces, now we have to do it on our own, because we don't have no sense of unity or community with each other. It's all about hate and being, this is that. Hey, Mr. Rosado, and hey, 4th Ward KD, thank you so much for joining the live. Hey, Abby the Fox, thank you so much for joining the live, baby. Hey, cuz, welcome to the live. So yeah, it's like, at the end of the day, you know what I mean? This is why this is important. These things we got to bring to the forefront, because we got to start making this shit make sense, because I'm tired of going down my timeline and seeing all this super chaotic turmoil shit going on. And it's like, we be distracted by things that are not even really important. You see what I'm saying? It's like, because the real things that are really important, they're distracting us by they're distracting us with the Diddy shit. They're distracting us with any celebrity shit. Celebrities are CIA. The celebrities are not even, I don't even look at celebrities like real people. Y'all work for the CIA. You guys are just like politicians, right? You guys are there to influence us, to keep us brainwashed, to keep us feeling like we want to be like y'all, because we like, well, shit, they are the reflection of success in our eyes, right? They have wealth. They have, they, can dress how they want, all the worldly things that we desire, they have it, right? And so we kind of have glorified celebrity lifestyle, you know what I mean? And so that's why the real world, a lot of people have, they started to like sell their souls and just be like, well, shit, as long if you give me a certain amount of dollar, I'm willing to sacrifice anything, and all of this different stuff, right? Because this is what the celebrity lifestyle has like pressed upon us. So now we have been subliminally programmed by that shit, because like we like literally feel like we know these motherfuckers like they're family and shit like that. You see what I'm saying? But we're not. You see what I'm saying? She said, "What? I'm back. Just got a call. Yes, you're on topic again. I'm back. Just got a call. Yes, you're on topic again. Oh shit. Oh shit. We gonna have to talk about that. What do you mean, girl? We got to talk about that later." That is so funny. She said, "Yeah, you're on topic again." Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying like, "Girl, I got back on now." You like right on in alignment with what I was just thinking, or it has some resonancy with whatever was just going on. You know what I'm saying? So I love it. But yes, y'all. So okay. So yes, the importance of fasting. Okay, because fasting, parasites. Okay, I'm looking at it from this universal standpoint. Okay, and you have these heavy metals that are in the air that we're taking in, and it's in our body, you know, and it's living in our bodies. You know what I'm saying? And it's parasitic. So are these actual parasitic worms, right? That live in our body, that attach to our nerves, that control our way of thinking, and controls the things that we even crave outside of just food and bad habits, but even the craving of toxic people. Okay. And also, when we talk about parasites, we can talk about narcissists as well, because narcissists are parasitic, or they just are so overwhelmed with parasites that they become one. Okay. Parasites are demons in 3D. Okay, that's all they are. Parasites, they use you as the host, and they feed off of your life force vitality. Okay, and they send you brain wave or signals through attaching to your nerves to control you. Okay, now let's bring it back to like Egypt, right? And they talk about the eye of Ra and the eye of Horus, and they always show like they talk about that. They talk about that little dot thing that's like goes into their eye, right? They talk about this going back so ancient during those times, those pharaohs and things like that. A lot of times they had parasites, and those parasites at the time were, what they call them, reptilians or something like that. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, regardless of the race of parasites, what I'm saying is parasites are a real thing. Parasites really, you know what I'm saying, really affect us more than we even realize it. And the doctors are not going to tell you that, because the doctors are going to thrive. They thrive in your sickness. They thrive in your disease. They thrive in everything that does not empower you. You see what I'm saying? So they're not going to tell you, oh yeah, you need a parasitic cleanse. But every other country, that's a part of their religion. It's a part of their culture to fast, right? So this is something that we have to start taken seriously. And it's like, fasting is not only to remove parasites, but it's also to give us more connection to the Most High. When we remove these parasites from our body, our connection to God be so much more clear. Our manifestations come in so much quicker. Okay, and we're so much guided that it's like we manifest like instantly when we don't have these things within our body altering how we feel, altering our frequency, our mood, directing us to things that are not good for us. Like, we have to remove the parasites, and we have to remove the things that give us parasites from our diet. Okay, we got to stop entertaining these things, because it's affecting us deeper, way more deeper than just being unhealthy. It's not about being unhealthy. It's about you are in control. You are the host of some low vibrational force that's controlling you. That's what that's about. And if you don't want to be controlled by lower forces anymore, right? You want the Most High to be able to dictate and control your emotions and your movements. Then we got to start eliminating this shit from our body, okay? Because these are demonic attachments that are controlling our thoughts. Okay, and that's why it's like we may have this our soul may want to do something amazing, you know what I'm saying, that could change, the trajectory and change like the world in a positive way, right? But then you have all these negative parasitic attachments to you that steer you away from that, because it's like, you giving in to these lower urges, because these attachments, especially when you're filled with parasites, then it's like it's too hard to combat that lower force urging you to do something against your soul's will, like that. It really, your higher mind, your higher perspective, your higher self's will, right? It's like you're fighting between your higher self and your lower self. So that's why you got to remove this shit. So it's like, it's like easy. It's like, this shit easy. You see what I'm saying? So that's what we have to do that more, okay? And y'all did also get some channel downloads. And this has been, because it's probably been maybe like a week or two since the last live or whatever, but like, I don't think I mentioned this last time, but this came to me in my sleep. It was like I have this I sleep. When I wake up out of my sleep, you know how right when you fully wake up, you have this like meditative space in between you being fully awakened, and like it came to me very subtly, and this could have something to do with you guys, but it could be the name of a spirit guide or a passed on loved one or something. So I don't know what this is for, but Persephone was one of the names that came to me. And then there was a Josephine. Okay, so I'm just putting that out there in case this could be a spirit guide. It could be a lost loved one that is just, wanting to just be reminded, somehow, or wants you to think of them, or maybe, maybe you're wanting to discover the name of a spirit guide or something like that. So if it resonates, keep it. If not, somebody else will pick it up. All right. But I also wanted to talk about our emotions being used as a tool. And I remember how, because I've always been this empathic type of individual, right? It's like I really be trying to avoid confrontation at all costs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know how I can go to 0-100 real quick, and I've made a conscious decision that I want to be, I want to be controlled. I don't want to just have somebody come in and be able to alter my frequency, because I can't control how I feel about something. You see what I'm saying? And see, provocation is a form of energy siphoning. People will provoke you because they want to siphon your energy. So once you realize people do this as a means to control you, you start taking control over yourself. Because then you're like, oh, okay, well then, you no longer be in your ego feeling like, who the fuck bitch, do you know who I am? Like, like people it's a pride thing. You see what I'm saying? Where it's like somebody disrespects you and you feel like you have to, because you've been disrespected, and now you feel like you got to hold down. But it's all about what you say and how you say it. And sometimes things don't need to be said, right? But then there are times when especially anger, is necessary, right? Because here's the problem that I've always had. I've always been way too forgiving. And I don't want to say way too forgiving, because God wants us to be forgiving, right? But forgiving in a way where it's okay to forgive, but you can still love from a distance. Just because you forgive somebody don't mean you let them back in. Doesn't mean you got, because it's like that person has broken your trust at some point. You see what I'm saying? So it's like to let them all the way back in. Forgiveness has always been, like, I don't hold grudges. I'm not a resentful person. So if you apologize, or if you, sometimes it wouldn't even require an apology, which now my boundaries have been set. It's different. But then it would be like, if you just come back around acting like everything is cool, then I'm just assuming like, oh, okay, let's let bygones be bygones. It's all good. I'm not sweating the small stuff, whatever. Shit happens. Bam. Right? But see, when you don't feel like it's a threat to your sacred space, a threat to your livelihood, you know what I'm saying, or things like that, you don't trip about stuff, because you're like, but this is what you got to start realizing, is that these type of people are unsafe, and these type of people are a threat to your well-being, because anybody that can sit here and have ulterior motive, right, not have any good intention for you, and be doing things intentionally just to throw your energy off and things like that, that is a red flag. And it's like, it's okay that if you need to be assertive, right, and exhibit a certain level of anger to let somebody know that, hey, you are trying to cross my boundaries and I'm not fucking having it. Hey, Burke M, thank you so much for joining the live, love. So it's like, I'm realizing that our emotions, it's like we got to have that balance where we are going to use that anger when it's necessary. You see what I'm saying? Not all just love and light, trying to just be nice when people are being disrespectful, because it ain't been about being nice. It's about being kind. Okay, you can be kind, you can still stand on boundaries while you're kind, but when you're being nice, that's when people are they are pushing past the boundaries that you set. And so now that is a time to exhibit anger. It's okay to say, look, I don't know what you thought this was, but you know what I'm saying? It's time to stand on business and lay it down to let people know that, hey, I'm not allowing boundaries that I've set to be crossed. You see what I'm saying? And now it's time for you to get angry, in a sense, though, a controlled anger, right? Not an anger where we lose control, but an energy. It's the energy of anger that you have to use, though, to let people know that you're not a fucking plaything. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I used to realize how forgiving I was, and I would be like, I needed that anger to remind me, don't fuck with that bitch. Don't fuck with that nigga. These people can't be trusted. You see what I'm saying? Like, I needed the anger, because if I didn't have the anger, then I'm just like, okay, but I had, like, sometimes I got to remind myself, like, no, they should have never crossed that line. They should have never crossed that boundary. Now you will never trust them again. Look what they did to you. If you, like, what if, whatever, you know what I'm saying? You have to remind yourself, and you can forgive, but we're not forgetting, and we're going to have to release you, like I said, in love, and keep it moving. We're not holding grudges. We're not angry in that sense. Just angry in the sense of using that energy in the moments of needing to establish boundaries and set them. And when people try to cross them, then it's time to let people know that you're not going to play with them. You see what I'm saying? Because people will take your kindness for weakness. And I've had to show people so many times that, and I mean, first of all, it depends on how long you've known me, but I've always been, stay ready so I ain't have to get ready. Like, if somebody wanted smoke, I mean, we can go there. You see what I'm saying? But it's like, I've never wanted that. I was never the one to encourage drama or try to push that on to anybody else or start drama. You know what I'm saying? I was always the finisher. But that's what I'm saying. People will just take your kindness for weakness for whatever reason that is, and they'll see it as a benefit to their own means and their own agendas, okay? But let me make sure I didn't forget nothing, because I try to write everything down so I don't forget. But then we'll just get into this reading. Let me see, did I say everything I wanted? Sowing seeds. We talk about sowing seeds too, y'all. So another thing I wanted to talk about with sowing seeds is that, yes, what she said, yes, and we have feelings, and we're human, and now I'm elevated. Big facts, period. Finish her, okay? Finish him, finish her. Right, we gonna finish these motherfuckers, because we not the ones to play, okay? So, with sowing seeds, y'all, this is gonna be the last message. I'm gonna get into the reading. Sowing seeds, y'all, right? It's like, I think as an empath, or, somebody that's just a lover, a kind person, right? Or quote unquote has been nice, things like that. We don't realize, right? Because it's like, we may look at it in a sense of like, well, look at all the people who have gotten over, or the people who weren't as authentic or genuine in their pursuits, you know what I'm saying, or things like that. And you might compare yourself to that. You see what I'm saying? And be like, well, damn, maybe I should be moving a little bit shadier. Maybe I should just, do this or do that. And it's like, no, because the reality is like, we all know how karma works. And it's also about divine timing. And here's the thing, the kindness, the things that you do out of kindness, the things that you do out of the authentic purity of who you are in your heart, because you just want to be a righteous person. It's just innately in you to be a good person. That's a beautiful thing, right? And with that being said, you're not even doing it with the thought of, oh, what can I get back from this? You see what I'm saying? It's like, it comes from the kindness of your heart. You see what I'm saying? And so the point is to say that while you're sitting there sowing those good seeds, don't think that shit ain't going unnoticed by the Most High. Or don't think it's going unnoticed. Because it's not. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, divine timing always plays a role. But we talked about in the last live how, you know, we'll be sitting there comparing ourselves to people who are dark empaths or they're narcissists and they're out here and it looks like they're just living their best life and they're so ahead in life and things like that. But just know that it's funny how the tables turn. The tables are always gonna fucking turn, period, because that's that karma. And you've sowed your seeds, okay? So it's like with this paradigm shift and, you know, all of these portals opening up, the veils lifting and, you know, dimensions merging and all of these different things. And, you know, we're keeping our frequency on a high vibration. It's no other option for those blessings to come back to you, okay? As I'm fucking splitting the deck, okay? And you have this, the Wheel of Fortune that just came right out. So it's just confirmation that, baby, it's coming back. And you got good fortune coming your way just simply because of your heart. Simply because you do it not for the expectations of others or to look like you know, because that's just who you are. And when you're just who you are because that's who you are, God got favor. It is what it is because you've been answering the call. You living in God's purpose. So it's like, it is what it is. And like, sometimes the purpose that God has for you ain't always pretty and tied up in a bow and everything. Sometimes you be in these dark situations, but that's still God putting you in the position because you may have had to have some type of interaction with that person to either dish them their karma or to experience something for you to learn. Like, there's so many different reasons why you may come into account with someone. You see what I'm saying? But the reality is that if you've been sowing those good seeds, you see what I'm saying, regardless of who you come across, you know what I'm saying, it could, most likely, when you're sowing those good seeds and you're having tough situations, it's because God is preparing you for something way grand, way more greater than you can even comprehend. You see what I'm saying? So it's like he got to test you in certain situations, right? To see how you're going to respond and react to them. You know what I mean? Because he don't want to put you in this high position, this high place that you're not ready for, right? You know what I mean? It's just like people who win the lottery and they get all this fucking money, right? And they don't have an accountant. They don't even know how to fucking count like that. They don't even count all them damn zeros like that. So now they like, damn, what am I gonna do with all this? You know what I'm saying? They don't know how to invest and things like that. And then not after they done got all this money, they broke again. You see what I'm saying? So it's like God is preparing you for a situation because he wants you to thrive for the remainder of your life. You feel me? It's not like he want to give you a blessing that you're gonna have to try to rebuild up in a few years. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to put you in position to be ready for what he's setting you up for, so that way when you get to that point, you know what to do with it. You see what I'm saying? You know what to do with it. So yes. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get into this reading and see what messages Spirit has for us today. Okay. So let's see. Spirit, what messages do we have for the live today? What messages do we have for the live today, Spirit? Let's see what other decks I might use today. Yeah, that Wheel of Fortune came back out like, yes, baby, period. So the first card that came out, yes, this is all about juggling, okay? So you may be juggling, and when we talk about, because this came out together, okay? So it's like, to me, this is like regardless, right? You could be juggling with something that you're wanting to manifest, something that you're wanting to create, okay? You could be juggling finances or whatever, but this is just showing that you are divinely abundant. You are abundant in spirit. Hey, what's up, cuz? Hey, welcome to the live, love. And you are what you said. Yes, period. Okay, look, we got this good fortune coming in. And it's like, even though you may be juggling finances or you may be juggling projects, careers, whatever it is that you may be juggling, baby, this don't stop no show. This abundance is coming in, okay? But when I do see the juggling, because it's like, sometimes you can be juggling and you may have to drop one thing or another. But to me, this look like somebody, baby, didn't know what they doing. Okay? And it's like you could have yourself here, there, everywhere. And baby, good fortune is still going to come. Okay? Because it's just about what you put in. We talked about that karmic debt, baby. And you've been sowing good seeds. When you're sowing good seeds, baby, that's why it's like, it don't matter what the fuck you decide. It's going to be fortunate for you. Period. Okay? Because with the Queen of Pentacles, this is somebody who has mastered the values, their integrity. This is somebody who is like, this is like somebody who also is high value in their integrity and their morals, okay? But even the things that they invest in. So see her so focused, she's so paying attention to that pentacle or to that coin, is because she's very intentional, okay? So this could very well be you being in this energy of intention, like do nothing without intention, making shit happen. You sowing good seeds. And so because of that, it don't matter what you choose, baby. It's about to motherfucking happen because you've been putting in that work, okay? And not with any expectation of anything. But just because, like I said, it's about your pure spirit, your pure soul, and that's just who you are as a person naturally. You see what I'm saying? And that's the difference between, you know what I'm saying, these dark empaths and these low vibrational. It's like you might got somebody that comes in and try to do something very nice and great for you. You see what I'm saying? But you got to go. It's about intention. We're not looking at shit surface level no more, okay? Because a lot of times we be giving grace and giving appreciation and gratitude and love to somebody who they didn't done stuff for us, right? But what was the intention? And it was only to get that trust from you, to get that control from you, to get you in a position of vulnerability, to get you into a position to feel like you need them, to open up that trust so then they can turn around and show you who the fuck they really are, okay? But justice always going to be served when you putting in them, sowing them good seeds, and you got that good karma. Justice is going to be served, and it's going to be in the favor of the person who was doing the right thing, okay? Justice is going to be served. It's always working in your favor as well, because like I said, when you naturally just have that authenticity, right? Because that's just who you are at the core of you. You see what I'm saying? Then it is what it is. You know what I mean? The hermit is all about going within. You see what I'm saying? And taking that time to reflect. Like, you know, sometimes we don't do the reflection or go within to see, like, how do I feel about this or things like that. But the hermit is all about isolation and solitude, okay? So you may have had to go through the isolation phase. Hey, Mayana, thank you so much for joining the live, love. So yeah, like the hermit is shutting down and saying, fuck everybody right now. Like I just got to zero in and focus on, I got to find the light within to guide me, because right now, you see what I'm saying? You may have been feeling lost, things like that, okay? But with the hermit coming out, it's just showing that you found the light by taking that time to go within and just like to go within to see what was going on with self first. You see what I'm saying? So it's like the karmic wheel, right? The table's turning, okay? That's exactly what happens when we're going through situations when we're in the hermit mode and things are dark. You know, we're in the dark about things and stuff like that. It's like justice, though. Like, it's like, this is what I be trying to get people to understand, is like, sometimes we'll be thinking God is trying to punish us, but it's like, just because we're in the darkness does not mean we did nothing wrong. Just because we're in the darkness, hey, Love Jones, thank you so much for joining the live, love. But just because we in the dark doesn't mean that we are like being punished, okay? It's not about being punished. It's about us having the understanding. And sometimes God got to isolate us because we're being too distracted by life, by the things outside of us. And if we don't, if like sometimes if we don't have a space that's quiet and you know, and everybody calling the phone like, girl, what you doing tonight? Let's go out. You know, it's always some action popping off. Then it's like, how can you really go within to see what it is that is meant for you? Okay, it's like you can't if everything is always moving and you know what I'm saying, and you always got something going on. Okay, so this is somebody sitting down, going in and doing the work, taking time to slow down and just focus on what it is they're trying to manifest and what they're trying to create, because that's what's really important. Okay, not trying to appeal to everyone, please everybody. Like, it's about, we gotta all have that time. I don't know, everybody needs that hermit mode time to have that self-discovery, and sometimes it takes us going through some shit being shaken up to push us into that mode. You see what I'm saying? But also sometimes spirit will come in and force you. You know what I'm saying? Even though the tower is not out here, we have the justice in the hermit. It's like spirit ordained you to have this time alone. You need it. Like, sometimes God will remove you out of situations to put you in a space to be hermit, because it's like damn, if you're going to continue to ignore the signs, and let me make it more clear, let me make it more apparent to you what I'm trying to show you. Okay, but then it's like, what'll happen is, though, because God, you know, he's always, that's him moving you into the calmer waters, because when sometimes you'll be dealing with situations that, you see what I'm saying, you're not necessarily sure about, right? You're kind of like, you see what I'm saying? You're not necessarily sure about it, and it's like you're not following that inner light or something or whatever. Something is like, sometimes it's hard to see, right, when this karmic wheel is being turned and the debt is being paid, or somebody's actually creating more karmic debt for themselves. Sometimes it's hard to really see it for what it is, because there might be deception involved or whatever. But God is always gonna come and move you out of, they're moving out of this murky water, this choppy water. Okay, hey Susie the Moneymaker, thank you so much for joining the live, love. And then you'll see that you got the people here, and you have this person that's moving them into calmer water. That's just an expression of the Most High going to guide you into a space that's going to bring more peace. Okay, and this is you like looking out over the horizon and saying, you know what, this is exactly like what I desired. This is what I wanted. You see what I'm saying? I know that I needed that space. I needed to go within. I needed to do the work. I needed to not be distracted. So I've embraced this solitude, right? Because once again, here he is on his card by himself, but he's reevaluating, right? He's reconstructing what he's been trying to create into his realm of existence. Okay, he's like, wow, like I'm looking, he got the world in his hands. Okay, it's just saying that it's unlimited to the things that you can accomplish when you're focused. Okay, when you're driven, where you're not allowing other people to come in and take you off of your path. Okay, and this is somebody that's sitting there enjoying the fact that they have a divine intuitive understanding that some blessings are coming in. This is like when you know something's coming in, but you don't know what it is, and you don't know exactly when, but it's just, you just feel it in your spirit. Like, you just know, because see, if you look at those cups, they're all empty cups right there, but he look like he's sitting there looking like he's full. He looking like he's content and he's whole. So it's like he's not looking for wholeness outside of him. Like, he's whole regardless, even with those empty cups. You see what I'm saying? So that's what it really be about, is going within and finding that sense of peace and stillness and fulfillment. And it's like gratitude for the Most High, because when you are abundant in spirits, okay, there's nothing fucking stopping you. There's nothing that can stop you, because it's like You don't even allow the fact that you don't have $1 stop you, right? Because that be the main thing why people decide like, well, I'm not going to do this. I don't have no money. Like, but at the end of the day, right? When you have this drive in you and this faith in you that you know God is your currency, okay? You're not worried about no money. You're not going to let that be the thing that stop you when you're on a mission to do something, okay? Because you know, oh, God going to take care of me all the way. You see what I'm saying? And when you have that type of unwavering faith, baby, the miracles that happen in your life, right? Like people hear the word miracle and it's like magic. It's like mystical. It's like something that they think don't really happen. Baby, miracles happen. And when you start walking in that type of faith, you will become a regular witness of what these miracles and how they come in, okay? Because look, when I said miracles, look what came out. Okay, this is like energy coming in. Hey, Burning Pepper, thank you so much for joining the live, love. Yeah, this energy, okay, so wands are like about action, passion, you know, things like that. So this energy just flying in from this gratitude, you see what I'm saying? Is like bringing this in. This is like miracles. These are just energy forces coming towards you, okay? And this is coming in before this Queen of Swords, okay? So what it's showing me is that because of this wholeness that you now have within your spirit, okay, these miracles that be coming in and things like that, and you just standing on business about your truth, okay? This is the Queen of Swords. This Queen of Swords is guided by truth, okay? This could be somebody that's also like sarcastic, you see what I'm saying? You can't really put nothing past them, but they can be, you know, have a sense of humor, right? But they're going to express their truth no matter what, okay? And this is somebody that embodies their truth, lives in their truth. This is somebody that, you know what I mean, it's not a fake individual. Like you're going to be able to sense in their essence that they are who they really say they are, okay? So that's what that is about, embodying that energy and staying standing in your throne, okay? Because you have the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords, okay? This is like you mastering your thoughts and things like that, and that has created wealth, that has created beautiful opportunities for you, okay? Career opportunities, things like that, okay? And with the 9 of, this is you like now just chilling. This is just somebody that is embodying the fruits of their labor, okay? Or they're just relishing, rather, in the fruits of their labor. They're like, oh, okay, I'm so grateful. I maintained this level of success. Now I'm just going to enjoy. This is like vacation vibes, right? You go on vacation and you're like, when you go on vacation, nigga, I didn't come here to work. I came here to relax. I came here to enjoy the scenery. I don't have a care in the world. I don't have a responsibility in the world. I'm enjoying, okay? This is that type of energy. And that is the type of energy that you should be in when it comes to like manifesting and things like that. Like we got to start giving grace to the Most High, or not giving grace, but like gratitude, right? The silver lining. This is sometimes like we'll be having all these blessings and things like that, but as soon as one thing is not going the way that we think it's supposed to go, we can be quick to just go that other route and be negative, okay? And this is that energy of manifesting. Like when you stay in this energy to manifest and you just embody the fact that I know the work that I put in, and I know that God is always finding new opportunities and doorways to bless me with what he has for me, because I've been in alignment with my journey and I've been in alignment with what he has for me. So I know it's coming, right? This is a level of faith and awareness and a self-talk, right, that we have to learn how to have within ourselves. So we're not in a place where we can let any intrusive thought come in and shift our vibration, because this is what the sun is about. This is about being unwavering in our light and our happiness and our faith, and how we, like, when we're content and whole and happy, the inner child is healed, okay? And we don't have no stagnancy in our growth and our ascension, and we just continue to move forward, right? that is what that's about. This is what the type of energy, this is the manifestation energy of the blessings coming in, because you held that space, right? What's that lady name? Abraham Hicks be talking about vibrational escrow and things like that. And I really adopted that mindset when she talked about the vibrational escrow, because it's like, you don't want to obsess about something, and you don't want to you also don't want to not put what it is that you're wanting to manifest out there. So it's this level of balance that comes along with manifesting, that is like the faith element that we all have to learn how to have more, right? So we don't, like I said, fluctuate within our vibration, because the vibrational fluctuation is what kind of pushes those things kind of further away from us. You see what I'm saying? So this is just being fully in this sun energy and embracing the blessings and the miracles and all of these things that you have coming to you. Because baby, when I say I don't see not one low vibration, well, let me see. Because these cards are not dark cards, right? The Hermit is about going into darkness, but it's to seek the light within, okay? And you're also learning, you're gaining wisdom. This is uplifting you in a sense, okay? Now, the Six of Swords, that's talking about you coming out of hard times and things like that. So it's like, I'm just seeing that right now you're in a space where justice is being served, karma is being served, and it's in your favor, baby. You're the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. You've been standing on your truth, standing on your business, standing on your values, on your morals, okay? You've been putting in the work, baby, and you've been manifesting because you've been focused. You've been creating the vision. You've been meditating. You've been communicating with the Most High and making sure that your desires are in alignment with his desires, okay? So Spirit, give me one more. No, you know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and pull advice, because for the sun to come out, that was the last card, okay, for this reading. And now we're gonna pull some advice from the angels. I'm gonna pull from the Realist Oracle deck too, and get some advice from there as well. Okay, so let's see what the angels has for us. All right, angels, what messages do we have for the live today? What messages do we have for the live today? These cards are so hard. Like, oh my gosh. I be like, they just don't bend at all. Come on. Fly out. I like it when they just fly out. But if not, just kind of hard. Oh, that's a lot. You know what? I'm going to take these. How about that? All right. So, Spirit, let's see what you have for us today. And so what we have is purpose, reason, and comfort, okay? So the first advice is going to be purpose. Become a shooting star. If you don't know what you should be doing with your life or what the best path forward is, ask the angel of purpose to help you find your spark. When nothing makes sense or feels clear, allow them to remind you that meaning isn't necessarily found in your career, your relationships, or your hobbies. It is about living every moment to the full. Finding the extraordinary in the ordinary, savoring the power of the present, knowing you are not alone and that everyone is connected by love is what gives life direction and purpose. I swear I just said that earlier. To reconnect with your loving spark, set aside some time for stargazing. Look up at the night sky and allow feelings of awe to remind you that you are a child of this universe, no less than the trees and the stars. Your purpose is to live your precious life, to learn and evolve from every experience, and to reconnect to the loving and infinite energy within and all around you. Big facts, y'all. Hey, Starseed1111, thank you so much for joining the live, love. But big facts, y'all. This purpose, become a shooting star, like this really gave. I hope I'm not delayed, y'all. Every time, I don't know why. I should have my phone charged up. I should know this by now. It happens every time. Let me get my charger. But yes, y'all. Yeah, it gave me this vision, y'all, because like when you look up at the stars, right, you see how vast, right? Especially like when you could see the stars real good and it's dark. And you can see how many it is and just how vast the sky is and all of these things, right? Well, I went on a cruise, which was like very similar because like when you're smack dab in the middle of the ocean, right? And you don't see no land and you realize how you're a small fucking dot in this big vast ocean, right? Things like this, purpose, okay, this is what that is. It's like it lets you see that even though there's 1,000,000,001 stars out there in the sky, right? Each star has its own age, how long it's been there, what it's there for, how, you know what I'm saying? It's like we all have a purpose and we all have to identify with we got to learn how to embrace our individuality. Everybody always trying to be like somebody else, trying to be like everybody else, trying to fit in and things like that, when that was never our purpose, was to be like somebody else. It was always to embody our authenticity and our individuality of who the fuck we are, because God made us that for a reason. We're like, we all got a different fingerprint for a reason. We're like a walking fingerprint, right? Where we all have a living different purpose. So that's why we are existing in different essences. And we should love and embody that. You see what I'm saying? But, okay, so what we said, purpose, now we got reason. So ground yourself, okay? Logic is essential for progress. Ask this angel to help you to remain rational. Reason avoids bias. It tries to discover what is true, whether you like that truth or not. Wishful thinking, anxiety, and intense feelings can cloud good judgment. If you feel confused or unbalanced, let the angel of reason bring you some clear-sighted guidance and illumination. Just because you think or feel something to be true does not mean it is. Step back, disconnect from your emotions, and take some time to reflect objectively. Consider the facts, develop a clear awareness of the reasons for your current situation, and create a sensible plan. Be open to learning from and correcting any mistakes made, and perhaps trying a new approach or changing your mind. If emotions are running high, try barefoot walking, also known as earthing. This ritual can not only help release stress and remind you that you are a part of something greater than yourself, it can also ground you and bring clarity and calm. Yes, y'all, I swear these angel messages always come through and just confirm the message. Okay, because I know I just said that. You know what I'm saying? Because we talked about disconnecting, right, from the emotions and the balancing and like going within and all of these different things, grounding ourselves. That's what a lot of times that is, when we take that hermit mode and we go within to reevaluate and revisit, like, I'm at a standpoint here, but I feel this fork in the road, like I'm supposed to be growing, evolving, like something has to shift, something has to change. But grounding yourself is just being able, like you said, you're creating a sensible plan. You're going back to the what they call it, the blueprint, or going back to the drawing board, and you're revising so you can actually move forward in a more grand, in a more aligned and more purposeful way. Okay. And then we have comfort. Okay. So ask for help and accept it. Life isn't easy and it brings many challenges and trials. During the tough times, ask the angel of comfort to guide and protect you and give you much needed perspective. Exercise breaks down muscles, but those muscles grow back stronger the more they are used. Hey, Philly Barber in Houston, welcome to the live, love. Welcome back. If you are feeling alone, worried, anxious, or sad, you need to remind yourself that you are far stronger than you think. Hidden within every challenge, there is an opportunity to learn and grow. Share your fears with the angel of comfort and let them bring you inner strength. You may find that you are guided to ask for help from other people or to find comfort and inspiration in talking to others who experience similar changes. Ask for help and accept help when it is offered. But whether help comes or not, trust that vulnerable feelings will pass. True healing from the inside out will come. Facts. Yes, 100. Okay. So y'all, with the comfort, ask for help and accept it. Yeah, so this is like what we talked about, the hermit. This is also the hermit mode in a sense when you go within to communicate with the Most High, to discover self, okay? Sometimes we got to go within, okay? And we are, a lot of times if we are going to the Most High to get this guidance, right? There's this space of time sometimes where we have to wait to get the signs, you know what I'm saying? It's not like he's going to communicate with us directly, right? But when we do ask for help and we accept it, then that allows us to open ourselves up to be ready for these synchronicities, right? This symbolism, the things to come in that are going to expose the answer for you. So it's like, it's a give and take, right? We have to still be ready to receive the download or the message when it comes in, when the Most High is trying to give us some type of advice or give us some type of nudge to push us in a way that's going to remove us from these discomfort or these discomforting challenges and things like that. Okay, so that does happen like that, y'all. And then like I said, I was going to pull another advice, so we're going to pull one more from the Realist Oracle, y'all. And like I said, I always post it to the Instagram page, so if you did come in on the end, I am going to post this to the page so you can actually view it from the very beginning as well, and really see what we've been touching on today. Okay, so let's see, we're going to gather some advice from this deck. Let's see what Spirit has for us. Spirit, what advice do you have? I'm not going to take too many because this is the end. Sometimes I be on here for like 2 hours or something. I just can't, out of time, it be timeless when I be on here. I tell y'all I don't even be on what time it is, okay? So yeah, so this is just confirming what we just talked about, right? So this is manifesting, okay? This is all about pouring into yourself. This is you reminding yourself daily, baby, I am great. I am love. I am like moving. I am aligned with the Most High. Okay. Whatever these affirmations, right? Whatever this, these things that you're wanting to bring into your life. Okay. This is about ritualistically being in a space where you're constantly reminding yourself of who you are. Sometimes what happens is days go by, right? We have all of the life just be lifing, and we'll be so convicted in a moment of energy, right? But energy, it never dies, it only changes form, right? So like, we'll be convicted in that moment, but then something else will happen that will shift that energy, and then we'll feel differently about it. You see what I'm saying? So this is what happens. It's like we have to condition ourselves, and as a constant reminder of these affirming things that remind us of who we are, our power, okay? And if we have to create a ritual, right? This is like creating routines and regimens. So like when we want to burn a candle and burn some incense and some Palo Santo and create the energy and the vibe with it. Like this is all about making it a ritualistic part of your life, okay? To reaffirm who the fuck you are. Okay, because people gonna constantly question you. You see what I'm saying? Because with community coming in, right? This is like you getting some type of what they call it, notoriety. Okay, you're being celebrated. Okay, because of whatever it is that you've accomplished or overcome and things like that, right? But this is like you, regardless. Whether you got people clapping for you, whether you got people cheerleading for you, whether you got people in support of you or not, you celebrate you. Fuck if somebody want to celebrate you or not, because you know who you are and you're affirming it regularly, because sometimes we need that constant reminder, because there's going to be some haters. There's going to be some envious people that most likely are people that you care about their opinion. And then you're over here thinking like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Well, you think less of me, but it's not because of who you really are. It's because of the hate that they have for themselves. You see what I'm saying? But if you allow yourself to be placed, your value be placed based on other people's opinions of you, baby, you're never going to be the value that God made you to be, right? Which is priceless, right? At the dollar amount couldn't even be placed on you. You're going to be more valuable. You see what I'm saying? So that's what we have to realize, okay? And tidy up is the last card. So we're cleaning up all the bad juju, all the people, the low vibrational energy, the negative mindsets. We're tidying all of that shit up, okay? We have a new way of thinking. We understand now that we have sowed our good seeds, right? And even though we may have experienced some dark moments, it was for this purpose that God has for us. Sometimes it's all a part of our gifts. When we're dealing with certain situations, we got to be in it because of whatever purpose. We don't always know what God ultimately is using us for, but we're being used, right? But what we got to do once we realize that we're being used and we have this awareness of what God is using us for and what our purpose is, then we got to start cleaning up the things that no longer are in alignment with that purpose, no longer in alignment with what it is that God has for you. Hey, Mother of Six Hearts, thank you so much for joining the live, love. Yeah, so this is tidying up. Hey, Elephant King 81, thank you so much for joining the live. Yeah, so clean. This is like, you know how when tidying up is so important too, especially during spiritual warfare, y'all, because things have energetic connections to it, right? So sometimes we have to tidy up in a way that we're throwing old shit away that no longer serves us or something. You know, sometimes we have things that we own for sentimental reasons. And sometimes that sentimental reason is holding you and tying you. Like you have to learn the art of detachment. And sentimental things, okay, can be held in our hearts and in our minds. We don't have to hold on the physical things of it. We can remember that thing, but sometimes that energy of it might hold you to something that you are supposed to release. You see what I'm saying? So tidying up is clearing the energetic, not just cleaning up physically, clean it up energetically, okay? Mop your floors with, vinegar and baking soda, but then maybe put some like rosemary and some lemon and some cinnamon, like different things. You can look up all these different things that clear up the energy in your home. You see what I'm saying? But like, don't just tidy up physically, tidy up energetically, okay, too. And that's just you eliminating bad habits is tidying up energetic attachments, okay? So those are also things when you start to tidy up the negative ways of thinking, the bad habits and things like that, that is also another form of tidying up, okay, y'all? So I just want to thank y'all so much for being here with me today. And I do want to let y'all know I created these divination journals that are available for you on Amazon. The links are in the bio. Go check them out, okay? And also I'm also working on some more things too that I'm going to be releasing soon. But like I said, thank y'all so much for coming and vibing with me when I come on the live. I really appreciate y'all. I want to send y'all so much love. And I'm going to save this so y'all can watch it from the beginning if need be. All right. Sending y'all so much love, peace and love. Mwah and mwah.